Welcome to Bodywork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. I want to talk about Sebastian Fundora and Xander Zayas for a minute. Now, they were supposed to come to an agreement. Negotiations were supposed to start after Sebastian Fundora spanked Cordell Booker, and Xander Zayas was ringside, right? So everybody was all excited about it. And people were wondering, oh man, Xander's getting ready to get his shot. Well, negotiations stalled out. And here recently, the WBO was able to go ahead and grant an extension, and it's supposed to be going to purse bid. And typically, I like to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is, look, it looks like we're probably going to get the fight. I'm leaning towards we're probably going to get that fight. I'm looking forward to Xander Zayas actually getting his shot. A lot of people, are putting their eggs in the basket of him as one of the young, up-and-coming Puerto Rican stars alongside Edgar Berlanga, right? And at 154 is so competitive, aside from when you're talking about the Latino market, aside from Sebastian Fundora, Virgil Ortiz, you got Xander Zayas, the Puerto Rican star, looking to make a name. And so a lot of people saying, oh, he's a little taller, he might fare well because, it's not as big of a height deficit, as the average opponent that faced Fundora. But there are some uphill battles. So that's the good. The bad is, for some odd reason, some very, very odd reason, negotiations are stalled out, and it's really pointing to money and location. And I'm like, this sounds kind of familiar, because I know that Brian Norman, being the top-ranked guy, going up against Jerron Boots Ennis in the negotiation, I call it a ghost contract, where Eddie sent out that ghost contract knowing that Boots would have to fight Karen, and all the backlash that Brian Norman got. Well, what do you got and who are you and this? Well, it's a little different because Xander Zayas doesn't even have a title. And here it is, he has an opportunity to grab two in one shot, basically kill two birds with one stone. And they're stalling out based on money and location. Now, I know Xander has a fan base, but Sebastian Fundora does too. And I think that, man, it kind of looks like people want to admit that the level of technical difficulty you have in facing a guy like Fundora is a little higher than what people actually give Fundora credit for. A lot of people, like myself included, was very excited when we thought that Xander was going to get his bite at the apple against a Virgil Ortiz. And that didn't happen. And here you are, where you get a shot, where you're the mandatory, they order the fight, and people can't come to an agreement. I'm like, well, how much money does this party want? And I never really like to consider numbers. But I'm like, man, why isn't the media talking about or coming down on Xander the same way they were doing the Normans? Lastly, the ugly. The ugly is, man, it's dragging out. It's a possibility we won't get the fight because nobody will pick it up, even though I think somebody will pick it up. But I'm trying to really hone in on the fact that, okay, what am I missing out here? Xander has an opportunity to become a unified champ in one fight, and we're stalling out. How much money could he want? Who's actually being hard? Now, I know people who don't really like the PBC, and the representation, the team of Fundora, because they often talk about him a lot. Samson and them, they talk about him, but in all honesty, man, he does a good job in representing his people. If you zone out the naysayers and you don't bandwagon, he does a pretty good job representing the guys that he have, in my opinion, So I'm like, are we going to get this fight? I'm not sure. I'm thinking that, it should go down. I think it'll be a competitive fight for as long as it lasts. Right now I'm kind of edging towards Fundora, but I do give Xander Zayas a shot because, sometimes you rise to the level of your competition, and we haven't seen Xander in there with somebody as formidable as a guy like Sebastian Fundora. But I'd be interested in your comments, man. Major media is not picking this up. Major media is not doing a lot of slandering that they were doing with the Normans. One being a young guy with a belt, Xander not having a belt, but then both being with Top Rank and stalled negotiations. But let me know what you think in my comment section. I would love to get your take, love to get your opinion. What do you think about this? Are we going to get this fight? Who are you leaning towards? You know, will the boxing gods let us down? Because right now we're in a good time in boxing. You know, anyways, thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.